having some more conservative voices on your network, actually not making them pariahs, not directing your audience to feel that everything that Donald Trump does.
Panel. She is self-appointed. She knows everything. It's great to see her ego take this hit, but I think it will be short-lived.
It's amazing to listen to her talk about.
Buckle up, folks, because this is a story that's about to have everyone talking. Picture this. Sunny Hostin, one of the most outspoken and polarizing personalities on daytime television, finds herself in the middle of yet another storm. And this time, it's messier than anyone could have anticipated. You know her as the fierce, no-holds-barred voice on The View, who never shies away from saying exactly what's on her mind. But has she finally gone too far? Let's dive in.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, Manny is younger and he's
How much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he? Like a month or a year or 10 years?
No,
5
years. It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me.
It all started during a live taping of The View, where Sunny Hostin let loose with a series of comments that left the audience gasping and producers scrambling. Now, if you're familiar with Sunny, you know she's no stranger to controversy. In fact, she practically thrives on it. But this time, the stakes were higher, the backlash was faster, and the consequences could be career-ending. So, what did she say? Let's just say she took aim at a particular group of people and didn't hold back, sparking outrage across social media and even among her own colleagues.
I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out.
Right.
He does the heavy stuff.
What's wild about this whole situation is how quickly it spiraled out of control. 1 minute, Sunny was delivering her usual fiery commentary, and the next, producers were reportedly forced to cut the live feed. That's right, cut the live feed. Let that sink in for a moment. For a show as seasoned as The View, where heated debates and controversial statements are practically the norm, this was an unprecedented move. Sources close to the production claim that Sunny's remarks were so incendiary, so off the cuff, that the team had no choice but to hit the proverbial panic button. And boy, did it send shockwaves throughout the entertainment world.
So we know Sunny Hostin and her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, are preparing for a legal battle to fight accusations that he committed federal insurance fraud.
Now, let's rewind a bit and talk about what might have led to this explosive moment. Sunny has long been a lightning rod for criticism, particularly because of her outspoken views on race, gender, and social justice. She's made headlines numerous times for calling out systemic inequities and challenging those in power. But her critics argue that she often crosses the line into divisiveness, and this latest incident seems to have been the tipping point. According to insiders, during a discussion about diversity, equity, and inclusion, a topic Sunny is famously passionate about, she allegedly veered off script with comments that many felt were inflammatory. While the exact wording hasn't been officially confirmed, thanks to that live feed cut, multiple sources suggest that Sunny made sweeping generalizations about white men, doubling down on her belief that they've disproportionately benefited from systems of privilege. Now, this isn't the first time Sunny's taken aim at this demographic, but her delivery this time, described by some as unapologetically blunt, struck a nerve like never before.
Sunny Hostin of The View, who's constantly raging about race and reparations and how bad America is and its racial past and all this.
The backlash was immediate and intense. Viewer reactions poured in on social media, with hashtags both supporting and condemning Sunny trending within minutes. Some called her a trailblazer for speaking truth to power, while others accused her of perpetuating division. And then, there were those who demanded her outright removal from the show, claiming she had crossed a line that even The View couldn't justify. It was chaos, pure and simple, and the producers were caught squarely in the middle. But the drama didn't stop there. The fallout extended well beyond the viewers at home. Rumors began swirling about tension among the co-hosts, with whispers of on-set arguments and icy exchanges during commercial breaks. Some sources even claimed that certain co-hosts were blindsided by Sunny's remarks and felt uncomfortable being associated with the controversy. And let's not forget the producers, who, according to insiders, were in full crisis mode, scrambling to figure out how to address the situation without alienating their audience or further damaging the show's reputation.
Know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
Behind the scenes, discussions reportedly turned to whether Sunny should face disciplinary action, with everything from a public apology to suspension allegedly being considered. But here's the thing. Sunny has built her entire brand on being unapologetically herself. Would she even agree to backtrack on her statements? And if not, what does that mean for her future on the show? These are the questions that have everyone buzzing. And as of now, there are no easy answers. What adds yet another layer of complexity to this situation is the broader cultural moment we're in. Discussions about race, privilege, and equity have never been more urgent, but they've also never been more polarizing. Sunny's comments, whether you agree with them or not, tapped into a deep well of societal tension, forcing everyone from her co-hosts to her critics to confront uncomfortable truths. Some argue that this is exactly what makes her an invaluable voice on The View. Others, however, believe that her approach does more harm than good, alienating potential allies and reinforcing divides.
He's doing something a little bit more diabolical, if I'm being honest. Representative Andy Ogles, a Republican of Tennessee, on January 23rd, just 3 days after Trump was inaugurated, already proposed amending the 22nd Amendment to allow Trump to serve a third term.
In the midst of all this, Sunny herself has remained relatively quiet, at least publicly, but those who know her say she's not one to back down from a fight. If anything, this controversy might just embolden her further. After all, this is the same Sunny Hostin who once said, "If you're not making people uncomfortable, you're not telling the truth." Love her or hate her, there's no denying that she's a force to be reckoned with. Still, the question remains, how does The View move forward from here? The show has weathered its fair share of controversies over the years, but this one feels different. The stakes are higher, the backlash louder, and the potential fallout greater. Will the producers stand by Sunny and risk alienating a significant portion of their audience? Or will they take action to distance themselves from her remarks, potentially sacrificing one of their most provocative voices in the process? It's a delicate balancing act, and all eyes are on them to see how they'll handle it. Meanwhile, the public reaction continues to evolve. Petitions demanding Sunny's removal have garnered thousands of signatures, while others have rallied behind her, arguing that her voice is more necessary than ever. The debate has even spilled over into the media, with pundits and commentators weighing in on what this controversy says about free speech, accountability, and the role of daytime television in shaping public discourse. It's a conversation that shows no signs of slowing down, and it's one that has implications far beyond The View. As we wait to see how this all unfolds, one thing is clear: Sunny Hostin is not going down without a fight. Whether you see her as a fearless truth teller or a divisive figure, there's no denying that she's sparked a conversation that's impossible to ignore. And in the world of television, controversy might just be the ultimate currency, but at what cost? Here's the kicker: this isn't just about Sunny or even The View. It's a reflection of the larger cultural battles playing out across the country. How do we navigate conversations about race and privilege in a way that's both honest and constructive? What role does the media play in amplifying or silencing these voices? And perhaps most importantly, where do we draw the line between free speech and accountability? These are the questions that Sunny's comments have forced us to confront, and the answers are anything but simple.
And I've been criticizing them for 8 years for doing it, pointing out that it's not the job of the media to take sides.
As for The View, the pressure is on like never before. Will they find a way to turn this controversy into a teachable moment? Or will it mark the beginning of the end for one of daytime television's most iconic shows? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this is a story that's far from over. Stay tuned, because the drama is just getting started. All right, folks, let's pick up right where we left off, because the drama surrounding Sunny Hostin and The View is only getting juicier, messier, and way more complicated. If you thought the public backlash and calls for her removal were the end of it, think again. This controversy is like a snowball rolling downhill, picking up speed and dragging everything and everyone in its path. And trust us, the ripple effects of this scandal go way beyond Sunny's comments. It's not just her career on the line. The View itself is facing an existential crisis, and the fallout is spilling into every corner of her personal and professional life. Buckle up, because this is where things really start to heat up.